Time. Hello and welcome. Are you ready? Let's get started. Judges, when I met the producer of my coffee, Andres Torrico, he said a phrase that served as the inspiration for this presentation. Pushing boundaries. The result of pushing boundaries is the beginning of true innovation that will guide this sensory experience that I bring to you. Let's begin. Judges, I will now extract my espresso for my signature beverage. The coffee that will guide this sensory experience comes from the heart of South America, Bolivia. Specifically, the region of Caranavi, where Cuatro Llamas farm lays, as you can see on the map on your right. At 1,800 meters above sea level, the atmospheric pressure slowed down the development of the coffee beans, which has a positive effect on the concentration of flavors in the cup. Led by Andres, founder and CEO, the farm dedicates 20% of the harvest to experimentation with innovative processes, applying knowledge acquired through contact with other producers and experts from the agricultural and gastronomic sectors. This natural geisha pushes boundaries with a new process called pressure fermentation that I will be sharing with you. I hope this coffee will also push your boundaries in this sensorial journey. The coffee bean has been processed using a three-stage fermentation method designed to enhance its complexity through the controlled use of pressure. By exploring beyond conventional fermentation techniques, such as carbonic maceration, they discovered that the key to unlock new flavor profile and perceive the varietal essence lays not so much in the incorporation of carbon dioxide or nitrogen, but in the application with different type of pressure. This led experiment with different pressure intensity, where negative pressure emerged, pushing the boundaries of traditional fermentation processes. I will let the espressos for my signature beverage cool down, and we will come back later to them. Let's continue with my milk course. Let me explain the pressure fermentation process in more detail. To follow along, please, you can see the illustration on your right. First, an intense negative pressure of minus 25 psi is applying in the bioreactor with the objective of squeezing the sense of the beans and accelerating the fermentation, allowing us to obtain complex flavors in a reduced time, but preserve the sense of the geisha. This bioreactor also allows us to capture the juices acquired from the fermentation process. Second, when extracted from the bioreactor, the beans are carefully dried on the shade, where they undergo controlled oxidation due to exposure to atmospheric pressure. This deliberate process enhances the bean's flavor profile. Third, guess what? The bean is reintroduced to the bioreactor, adding a special mixture of the juices extracted in the first stage, dried cascara of the same geisha, and traditional Japanese recipe named amasake, made from koji and rice. This stage is characterized by a fermentation under positive pressure, which intensifies the flavors and aromas. The addition of this mixture adds a new dimension to the process, fusing traditional Japanese techniques with coffee fermentation, resulting in this unique espresso. I'm going to let the espressos for my milk course here for a few minutes. After carrying multiple tests, we found that the flavor of my milk beverage improved if we let the espressos cool down, providing more brightness to the drink. Also, under the notion of pushing boundaries, we did a similar approach to roasting with Jorge Sotomayor, or roaster, using two different roasting profiles to highlight the complexity and richness of this coffee. This method, like the bean fermentation process, incorporates the concept of using different pressure. When the roasting was explored, we immediately realized that one single profile did not do justice to the full sensory range of this coffee. The roasting profile was beautiful, so we decided to serve and blend the two most complex profiles in equal parts. Let me explain the first profile, which I will call Kiki, to be more practical. We use a height and constant pressure of 180 pascals. This resulted in a faster roasting but a longer development of 70%. With this, we gain a juicy acidity and all the fruity and floral notes because the most delicate volatiles are taken care of. Please, I invite you to press the rubber lid of the yellow container in front of you, close to your nose, and perceive the tropical aromas of Kiki in these wonderful Bolivian beans. In the profile number 2, which I will call Buba, we use less pressure of 120 pascals to have a longer profile with lower temperatures, so we achieve a deep sweetness and texture without risking the organic acids. Please, I invite you to press the rubber lid of the blue container in front of you, close to your nose, and immerse yourself in Buba profile. Judges, I will ask you to please start tasting when I deliver the last espresso. For now, if you can please write down the flavor profile of this espresso that pushes boundaries. Acidity, that from Kiki profile, will be medium to high, very juicy. Sweetness, from Buba profile, will be medium. Bitterness will be medium, like dark chocolate. You will taste raspberry, grapefruit, and black cherries. Body will be medium weight with a beautiful coating texture. And the finish will be pleasant, reminding of soft chocolate. Judges, please stir your espresso 5 times with the spoon that you have in front of you, which you can leave in the small plate. Judges, please enjoy your espresso. Please enjoy your espresso. Are you ready? Let's continue with your milk course. I wanted to highlight the sweetness of this geisha through the milk. So, after many tastes, I decided to use zero lactose milk with 3% fat that was freeze-styled to 50% to create a sweet and harmonious drink for everybody. Combined with intended minutes I give to my espresso to let the acidity shine, I make milk steam to 60 degrees, deliver the best expression of this geisha through the milk. I use 20 grams in for all my espressos and intended shorter extraction on both my milk and signature course. Enhance the flavor profile, while your espressos had 42 grams out. Judges, please begin evaluating the visual first, but start tasting when I deliver the last drink. For now, if you can please write down the flavor profile for your milk beverage. You will perceive the taste of milk caramel or dulce de leche, if you know it, strawberry milkshake, and dark chocolate ice cream. You're gonna have a medium weight with a sweet melted ice cream mouthfeel. And the finish will be a soft chocolate. Judges, please stir your drink 10 times with the spoon that you have in front of you and that you can also leave in the plate. Please enjoy. Thank you. Please enjoy. Please enjoy. Time for the culmination of this story about people that pushes boundary and seeks to take all coffee actors further to innovation. My signature beverage is inspired in the 3 stages of the pressure fermentation process. To represent the first stage, I decided to use negative pressure technique for my first ingredient, called suppression. I'm adding 28 grams for this ingredient that will provide to my drink a new flavor of raspberry syrup. I put in the freezer for 72 hours equal parts of local strawberry, sugar, and rice water in an insulated container. The freezing process creates a forced inward with a high levels of PSI, infuse all elements. After this, they melt slowly, and all flavors come together with a unique silky texture. My second ingredient represents the third stage in the process. I use positive pressure through fermentation to infuse an oleo made geisha cascara, orange, and sugar for also 72 hours. I'm adding 8 grams for this ingredient. Now, my espressos that had been resting here, representing the second stage in the process. They will provide brightness in the acidity to my drink and will enhance the flavor of my coffee. I'm adding 5 grams of 1% saline solution that will intensify and balance the flavor to my drink. Finally, 50 grams of coconut cream that I'm adding directly to the shaker. I'm adding ice to cool it down and shake all for 5 seconds to create a creamy texture and bring the flavors together. Judges, I use a Graham condenser to mix my ingredients, represent the final stage in the process, where all elements of the pressure fermentation process come together in the bioreactor in a continuous circulation motion to help to aerate my ingredients and representing the final stage, uplifting its flavor profile. Judges, start tasting when I finish my presentation. For now, if you can please write down the flavor profile for my last course. You will perceive the taste of raspberry syrup, vanilla ice cream, and milk caramel. Body will be medium with a creamy texture and juicy acidity. And the finish will be long like creme brulee. Please enjoy. I hope this experience of flavors inspires you, as it does me, to think differently and enjoy the coffee in a different way. Open your mind and your taste to new experience. Desde Bolivia para el mundo, time.